One of the big issues in the election campaign. The Conservatives say under Labour, schools in England have got bigger with fewer of them. They say they'll support parents who want a return to smaller schools and help them set up their own. Labour argues that would be a waste of money. Our political editor, Nick Robinson, has been to Knebworth in Hertfordshire, where a group of parents want to build a new school.
So do you have a good day, Dave?
For many parents collecting their kids at the school gates, this has not been a good week. They've just discovered that their children haven't got a place at the secondary school they wanted.
The school they've got wasn't one of our choices, so just very disappointing.
Yeah.
Juliet Pomerance has decided there's only one way that she and other parents in Knebworth and nearby villages can avoid that happening to them in future.
Here is a picture of a traditional school which we would very much like to put somewhere in this field.
Over
yes,
there?
We would love to put it just over there.
Why do you need a new school here?
We need a new school here because parents aren't getting their choices for schools in our local schools.
The landowner has offered this site to build a new school and new homes which could help pay for it. If the Tories win the election, Michael Gove will be the minister in charge of the department which runs English schools.
Their job, because you're paying their wages, will be to make sure that your dream can become a reality.
He says he'll help Jules and several hundred other groups to set up what he calls independent state schools.
We should allow the professionals, the teachers, and those who care most about children, the parents, to play a far bigger role in shaping what happens in schools.
Even if that means taking money from existing schools to spend it on creating new ones.
Well, we want to make sure that the money follows the child.
The question of whether a group of parents should be able to build a new school in this field is much more than a local issue, it's an election issue. Under Labour there are rules. The parents have to prove there's a need for a school, that the money would be better spent than on doing up existing school buildings. The Tories say they'd sweep all that away. Up the road in Stevenage, the government's planning to spend more than £200 million creating fewer, bigger and, they claim, better places to learn. Some local parents here agree.
And I think if parents got behind the schools and got more involved in what they wanted out of a school, then they could get better than they are. There's only X amount of money, and I just think the money would be better served improving what we've got.
The Conservatives say they've been inspired by what's happened in Sweden, where 1 in 7 children go to so-called free schools set up by charities, companies and voluntary groups. Their opponents say we simply can't afford the Swedish model.
If we are spending money on building new schools here and taking money away from existing schools, that leads to fewer teachers, bigger class sizes. The evidence shows around the world that means lower standards, it means more inequality. That wouldn't be fair to the vast majority of parents in the country.
The Liberal Democrats are talking about putting more money into the school system. The Conservatives are talking about taking money out, and if you take money out of the school system, it will be almost impossible to deliver these changes.
This week, Jules looked at a model application form for creating her dream new school. But could it be other parents' nightmare? Nick Robinson, BBC News, Knebworth.
Gordon Brown insists the reason